Now, moving along, would you like to know, oh, E, the most important thing, they are all what kind of signal? Buying signals. So please write that down and circle it. They are all buying signals. Every objection you're going to hear is a sign of interest. If they weren't interested, they wouldn't have an objection. Would you agree with that? Absolutely. So let's not ever get defensive. Let's embrace, as I like to say, embrace our butts. Oops, I should say that out loud. I don't think you should really embrace their butts, but embrace the objection. All right, let's talk about who would like to know the 6-step process for answering objections? Anybody? Good, just want to make sure you're still with us. Number 1 is listen, and I have a great prop here for that, the box. Now, Meredith Oliver, who organized this program, she sent us emails that said, you need to get a box, it has to be a certain size. You have no idea the stress I went through to get an exact size box that matched everybody else's. Thank you very much. So that's the keep pile. We want to listen. Can you read that from back there? Can you hear me now? All right, listen. We want to listen to our customers. So the first step 1, is literally listen. Please don't say, though, I understand. Let's say the objection is the price is too high. Oh, I understand. Oh, so you then agree that the price is too high. What you need to say instead is simply, and please write this down, I hear you. I hear you. It's a totally vanilla statement. I love it. I do come from England originally, just over 20 years ago. My height, I think, probably gives it away. But anyway, and in England, we don't have that expression. It just doesn't exist. And when I came to America, people said, I hear you. It's like, well, yeah, and? It's a beautiful thing, but it means nothing. There's no commitment to it. You just simply said, I hear you. Doesn't mean you agree whatsoever. In relationships, by the way, it's a wonderful thing. If your significant other says, I want to eat out at 7, oh, I hear you, I hear you. Go back to watching TV. Oh, he heard me. It's a wonderful thing. He's tuned in. It's an amazing thing. It's a great trick. I love it. I hear you. There's no commitment to I hear you, just so you know, guys. So I hear you. Just keep it simple. Don't agree. Don't embrace that. Don't make their objection bigger. Number 2, very important step, reflect. Reflect the objection and minimize it. Reflect it, which means repeat it back. So let's say the bedroom was too small as the objection. I hear you. You feel the bedroom is a little too small. You see that? A little too small. I changed it just a little. I hear you feel the bedroom is a little too small. Already we're starting to challenge the objection in a gentle way, as Bill said, not an aggressive way, but a nice, friendly way. Let's say that they have other objections that we want to sort of challenge gently by reflecting and minimize. Let's say there's a problem with what's behind the home site. Let's say it's power lines. Do we want to say, I hear you, a little worried about the power lines? What's wrong? You don't want your kids to glow in the dark? I don't understand that. It's a lovely crackling sound. You see the birds, they glow blue at Christmas time. It's delightful, right? That wouldn't be a good thing. We don't want to repeat something negative, so we already have a vocabulary prepared to change things. So power lines becomes the view. It's true. It's behind the home site, therefore it's the view. I hear you're a little concerned about the view. The nuclear waste dump, by the way, also becomes the view. Your dogs will have 3 eyes, but the view is what concerns them. I understand that fully. All right? So change negative things. A road behind the home site. A view, again. A view, those kinds of things. Change negative things with your vocabulary and see if they accept that. So reflect and minimize. Next, question the objection. And again, this is the hardest. This is step 3. And the one thing that I think I see salespeople cheat about the most is this step. Can you all read that? Question the objection. Question the objection. We want to go running in and answer the objection. We don't know why they're asking that or what concerns them. So we can actually make it worse with the answer that we give. So we have to have the discipline, if you will, back to the magic wand, have the discipline of questioning the objection. What kind of question is best? I'll give you the answer, open-ended. You know about open-ended questions? Yes. There are questions where you have to receive an answer, not closed-ended, which would be yes or no. So how, what, when, where, who. Those are all open-ended beginnings. Probably not why. Do you know why? Why would be a bad open-ended question? Anybody know? Because it makes people defensive. What did you ever do anything wrong? Show of hands, did you ever do anything wrong as a child? Come on, be honest. I see your nose is growing, right? No, I was a perfect saint. And what did your parents say to you? Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? Because I wanted to. Because we talk about it all the time, right, Bob? Because I messed up. That's why. Didn't do it on purpose. All right, so why is a bad one? What, when, where, who? Those are open-ended beginnings. Other things you should do when you question the objection is compliment the objection. That's a great question. Really? I thought I was going to mess you up. Darn, that's no fun. I'm so glad you asked. You are? I thought this was going to trick you. Darn, this is no fun here. So compliment the objection. That's a great question. I'm so glad you asked. I found a lot of our customers felt that way. Now it makes them feel okay for asking that objection. They trust you. You've built trust. When you question it, say this phrase before you question it. Please help me understand. When you question the objection, please help me understand, and then you ask them, what is a blank? Where's Wilson? Is Wilson Mills here? And Wilson, don't be shy. I think I saw you waving earlier. No, he's from Minnesota. If you're here, great salesperson and sales manager. We do objection role-playing with this company on a frequent basis. The objection was a trailer park. Can you imagine that? A trailer park right next to the homes that they were building there. So we went through this process, and they all knew that they were going to stump the champion. Oh, trailer park. Well, we'll never get out of this one. Ha, 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 ha. We're going to get in with this objection. So we went through the process. I hear you're a little concerned. And we reflected and minimized. What did we change the trailer park to? View would be one very good thing. We came up with community. Community that happens to attract, hurricanes and tornadoes, but a community nevertheless. So when we question the objection, and when I first did this, I know at least half the group in there in Minnesota, like, this is crazy stuff. It's a trailer park. You know it's a trailer park. Don't be a salesman here. But I don't know what it is about the trailer park that bothers them. And we came up with a list. It could have been 3 things they came up with. It could be the resale value, the investment. It could be safety, or it just wasn't pretty. Maybe it was aesthetics. So if we were to say, if they said, what about the trailer park? You said, don't worry, it's perfectly safe. It's safe. I was thinking of resale value. You mean it's not safe? So you could actually make it a lot worse. So, true, right? So when we questioned the objection, we said, what is it about the community next door that concerns you? With a straight face. As though butter wouldn't melt in your mouth. Talking about it. I hear you, a little concerned about the community next door. Please help me understand, what is it about the community next door that concerns you? And we'd get 1 of 3 answers, and then we'd have our prepared answer for whatever objection it was. So don't fall in the trap of answering objection before it's time, if you will.